What the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. But he didn't stop there. He taught us that success demands more than dreams. It demands definiteness of purpose, a burning desire, a plan, and above all, relentless action. You see, hope whispers, maybe it's possible. Um, but hustle shouts, it's already mine. I'm just not there yet. Hope is passive. Hustle is powered by faith, unshakable belief backed by effort. Hope watches. Hustle works. Hope wishes. Hustle wins. Whatever you're hoping for right now, a better life, a business, a breakthrough, it's not enough to sit and wait. You must rise and move. You must hustle with heart, with hell-bent determination, because the world doesn't give you what you work for. You will fail, you will fall, but you must not fold. Persistence, Hill said, is the key to unlocking every door closed in your face. When one plan fails, make another. When critics laugh, double your effort. When fear creeps in, remember this. Every successful person was once where you are, filled with hope, standing at the edge of hustle. So today, make a decision. Don't just dream. Declare. Don't just wish. Work. Don't just hope. From hope to hustle, from doubt to determination, from someday to now, your destiny is waiting, and it's yours if you dare to demand it. Hope is a powerful thing. It's the spark that lights the fire of ambition, the quiet voice that says, maybe things can get better. It gives us something to hold on to in the darkness and something to reach for when everything feels out of place. But while hope is essential, it is not enough. Hope is the beginning. It is not the end. It is the starting line, not the finish line, not the finish line. Too often, people confuse the act of hoping with the act of doing. They hold tight to their dreams, imagining a future that looks different from today, but they remain idle, waiting for change to arrive. They say things like, I hope it works out, or I hope my time will come. Fun. But success doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to action. Hope alone has never built a business, finished a book, or transformed a life. Hope must evolve into hustle. The danger of staying at the starting line is that hope, while comforting, can become a trap. It gives us a false sense of progress. It feels like we're moving even when we're standing still. But unless hope is paired with a plan, unless it is followed by decision, commitment, and relentless work, it leads nowhere. As Napoleon Hill once said, the world has the habit of making room for the man whose words and actions show that he knows where he is going. Think of the starting line at a race. Every runner begins with hope. Hope that they will win, that they will endure, that they will cross the finish line. But when the gun goes off, hope alone doesn't carry them forward. Their feet must move, their lungs must push, their legs must burn. The winners are not those who hoped the hardest. They are those who ran the fastest and endured the longest. So if you are standing at the edge of a dream, full of hope, good. That's the first step, but don't stay there. Turn your hope into a decision. Turn your decision into a plan. Turn your plan into daily action, and turn your action into your new reality. Every great achievement in history began with hope, but none of them ended there. Hope is your spark. Hustle is your fire. Start strong, but more importantly, keep going. Because it's not how you begin that defines your future. It's how far you're willing to run after the starting gun has gone off. Desire is more than a wish. It's a fire. It is the inner force that drives you when the odds are stacked against you, when the nights are long and the results are slow to appear. A burning desire is what separates those who dream from those who do. It turns vague ambition into a focused mission, into a focused mission. It transforms hustle from a chore into a calling. Napoleon Hill wrote, a desire is the starting point of all achievement. He didn't say luck, talent, or even opportunity. He said desire, because without it, nothing else matters. You can have all the skills in the world, but without a hunger to use them, they mean nothing. You can read every book, attend every seminar, but if there's no fire inside you, you'll never move forward. A burning desire is the fuel that makes hustle possible and sustainable. Think about the people who have achieved greatness in any field. Business, sports, the arts, the arts. What do they all have in common? They wanted it more. They were obsessed. They didn't dabble or daydream. They pursued their goals like their life depended on it. And in a way, it did, because their identity, their future, their freedom were all tied to that desire. They didn't just work hard because someone told them to. They worked hard because they could not work hard. A burning desire keeps you moving when motivation fades. It pulls you out of bed when you'd rather hit snooze. It pushes you through discomfort, rejection, and failure. When others quit, desire tells you, not yet. Keep going. It doesn't guarantee an easy path, but it makes the pain worth it. It turns obstacles into fuel. It makes sacrifice feel like investment. But this kind of desire doesn't come from outside. It has to be yours. Not your parents' dream, not society's idea of success. Your goal, your reason, your fire. When it's real, it won't let you sit still. It will whisper to you during quiet moments and roar at you when you consider giving up. If you don't feel that fire yet, don't panic. Spend time getting clear about what you want and why. When your desire is strong enough, the how will follow. Plans, resources, and people will begin to align, but only after you decide with everything in you that the goal is non negotiable. Because in the end, it's not talent that fuels hustle. It's not luck, it's desire. And the deeper the fire burns, the harder you'll run and the further you'll go. Faith is the invisible force that turns a thought into a thing, a dream into a plan, and a vision into reality. It's not about blind belief or empty positivity. Real faith, the kind that changes lives, is a mindset, a deep inner knowing that what you seek is already possible, even if you can't yet see it with your eyes. Napoleon Hill said, "A faith is the head chemist of the mind. It's what gives power to your thoughts and transforms your desires into action." Without faith, even the best ideas die where they're born, in the mind. You can dream big and set goals, but if you don't believe in your ability to reach them, you'll find excuses instead of results. Faith is what fuels persistence. It's what keeps you going when progress is slow, when doors close, and when no one else sees the potential you see. Faith says, "I know this will work, not because it's easy, but because I'm committed." People often wait for proof before they believe. They want guarantees, clear paths, and green lights, but real success works in reverse. You must believe first. You must see the end in your mind and trust yourself to figure out the middle. That kind of belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you act with faith, you send a message to yourself and the world. I'm all in. That energy attracts the people, ideas, and opportunities you need. Faith doesn't mean you won't feel fear or doubt. It means you don't give them the final say. You choose to move forward anyway. Every entrepreneur who started with nothing, every artist who pushed through rejection, every athlete who beat the odds did so because they believed in a future that didn't yet exist. Their belief gave them the courage to act, and their action brought their vision to life. This is how vision becomes reality, not just by hoping, but by believing deeply and then doing consistently. Faith is not passive. It demands proof through effort. When you combine belief with hustle, something powerful happens. You begin to carry yourself differently. You speak with conviction. You attract others who believe in your mission because they feel your certainty. So if you have a vision, hold it clearly in your mind. See it, feel it, walk with it, be it, and most of all, believe in it, especially when no one else does. That belief, backed by action, is what transforms dreams into reality. Faith is the bridge from the unseen to the seen, and every great achievement has crossed it. Plans are important. They give direction, structure, and a roadmap toward your goals. But no matter how carefully you prepare, plans can and will fail. That's a reality everyone who chases success must accept. The world is unpredictable. Circumstances change, obstacles appear, and sometimes the best laid plans fall apart. What separates those who achieve from those who don't is not the absence of failure, but the presence of persistence. Persistence is the steadfast commitment to keep moving forward. It means refusing to quit when things get hard, when progress stalls, or when results aren't what you expected. Napoleon Hill emphasized that persistence is one of the key principles of success. Without it, the brightest ideas and the strongest plans are useless. Love. Because failure isn't final. It's just a step along the way. When a plan fails, many people see it as a sign to stop. They feel discouraged, defeated, or afraid to try again. But persistence means learning from the failure, adjusting your approach, and pushing forward with renewed energy. It means understanding that success is rarely a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and course corrections. Each failed plan is a lesson, a piece of the puzzle that moves you closer to your goal. History is full of examples where persistence won the day. Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. His unrelenting persistence eventually gave the world the light bulb. Every inventor, entrepreneur, artist, and athlete has faced repeated failures before achieving success. What kept them going was their refusal to give up, their willingness to keep trying despite the odds. Persistence also builds character and resilience. It teaches you patience and grit. It forces you to develop creative problem solving skills and mental toughness. When you keep going after a plan fails, you grow stronger. You learn to separate yourself from the outcome and focus on the process, on the work and effort that lead to progress. So if your plan fails, don't see it as a dead end. See it as a sign to persist. Adjust, learn, and hustle harder. Success is less about perfection and more about persistence. It's about showing up every day, ready to face challenges and determined to push through. Persistence is the bridge that turns failure into triumph, and it's the one quality you must never, ever let fail. Having good intentions is a start. It shows you know what you want and that you care about making something happen. But intentions alone are not enough to create success. Without action, intentions remain dreams, wishes, or ideas floating in your mind. Success demands more than just thinking or planning. It demands consistent, focused action. Too many people fall into the trap of believing that simply wanting something or having a positive mindset will bring results. They say, I intend to start my own business or I intend to get healthier, but never take the steps to make it real. The problem is that intention is passive. It is hope and desire without movement. Action, on the other hand, is active. It's the work, the effort, and the choices you make every day that turn dreams into reality. Napoleon Hill taught that desire, faith, and persistence are vital, but they all require action to be effective. You can desire wealth, have faith you will achieve it, and persist through challenges. But if you never take concrete steps, nothing will change. Action is the bridge between your current situation and your future goals. Taking action also creates momentum. One small step leads to another, and progress builds over time. Even when results aren't immediate, consistent effort shifts your circumstances bit by bit. Waiting for the perfect moment or ideal conditions often leads to procrastination. The truth is, the right time to start is now, with what you have. Action creates clarity. When you begin, you learn, adjust, and grow. You gain insight that can only come from experience, not from planning or wishing alone. Action also signals commitment. It tells your mind and the world that you are serious. This energy attracts opportunities, resources, and people who can help you. Without action, your goals remain invisible and your potential untapped. Of course, action must be intentional and focused. Random or unfocused effort won't get you far. But even imperfect action is better than inaction. It's better to start small and improve than to wait endlessly for the perfect plan. If you want to succeed, stop waiting for things to happen. Decide what you want, create a plan, and then take the first step, no matter how small. Keep moving forward, learning as you go. Success is built on doing, not just dreaming. Remember, the difference between where you are and where you want to be is simply the action you take. Setbacks are an inevitable part of any meaningful journey. Whether you're building a business, pursuing a career, or chasing a personal dream, obstacles and failures will come your way. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up lies in their ability to adapt and learn from setbacks. Instead of seeing failure as a final defeat, successful people treat it as valuable feedback, a guide that helps them adjust their course and improve their approach. When a setback occurs, it's natural to feel disappointment or frustration, but those emotions don't have to define your response. The most important step is to shift your mindset from seeing failure as a stop sign to viewing it as a signal that something needs to change. Adaptation means being flexible enough to revise your plans, your strategies, and sometimes even your goals based on what you've learned. Learning means extracting lessons from mistakes, analyzing what went wrong, and using that knowledge to make better decisions moving forward. Napoleon Hill's work emphasizes that persistence alone isn't enough without the willingness to adapt. Simply repeating the same actions expecting different results is a recipe for frustration. True resilience involves smart persistence, continuing to push forward, but doing so with wisdom gained from experience. From experience. Every setback contains clues about what doesn't work and often points toward what might work if approached differently. For example, an entrepreneur who launches a product that doesn't sell isn't failing if they analyze customer feedback, improve the product, and try again. A student who struggles with a subject isn't defeated if they change study methods or seek help. Each of these is adapting and learning. This process transforms setbacks into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Adaptation also requires humility and openness. It means being willing to admit when you're wrong or when your initial plan needs improvement. This is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and growth. Those who refuse to change their approach, despite evidence to the contrary, risk wasting time and energy. On the other hand, those who embrace feedback, stay curious, and remain flexible increase their chances of eventual success. Moreover, learning from setbacks builds mental toughness. It teaches patience and perseverance, reminding you that progress is rarely linear. Every failure tests your resolve, and each time you adapt and continue, you strengthen your confidence and resilience. This mindset makes you more prepared for future challenges because you know setbacks are not the end. They are part of the process. In practical terms, adapting and learning from setbacks means taking concrete steps, reflecting honestly on what happened, seeking advice or new knowledge, adjusting your plans accordingly, and trying again with renewed purpose. It means not allowing fear of failure to stop you, but using every experience as a lesson that propels you closer to your goals. In conclusion, setbacks are not obstacles to your dreams, they are opportunities disguised as challenges. When you adapt and learn from them, you transform failure into progress. This mindset is essential for turning hope and hustle into lasting success. Commitment is one of the most powerful forces driving success. When you commit fully to a goal or vision, you send a clear message, not only to yourself, but to the world, that you are serious, focused, and ready to do whatever it takes. This level of dedication doesn't just keep you moving forward. It also attracts opportunities that might otherwise remain out of reach. Commitment acts like a magnet, drawing resources, people, and situations that align with your purpose. Many people talk about their dreams and goals, but few commit wholeheartedly. Commitment means more than just saying you want something. It means deciding to follow through no matter what obstacles appear. When you are truly committed, you prioritize your goal above distractions, doubts, and even setbacks. This kind of unwavering dedication changes how you approach your work and how others perceive you. When you commit, your mindset shifts from tentative and uncertain to confident and proactive. You start to notice possibilities where before you saw problems. Doors that seemed closed begin to open because your energy and attitude signal readiness and determination. People are naturally drawn to commitment because it inspires trust and belief. Whether it's potential partners, mentors, or clients, they want to be part of a journey that has direction and momentum. Commitment also sharpens your focus. Instead of scattering your energy across many vague ideas, you channel it toward a clear goal. This clarity helps you make better decisions, use your time more effectively, and develop the skills and habits that support your success. The more you commit, the more your actions align with your objectives, creating a powerful cycle of progress. Furthermore, commitment encourages resilience. When challenges arise, as they inevitably will, your commitment keeps you anchored. It's what helps you push through frustration and failure. Without commitment, it's easy to quit when things get tough. But with it, you understand that setbacks are temporary and that persistence is part of the process. Opportunities often come disguised as hard work or unexpected challenges. A committed person sees these not as obstacles, but as chances to grow and move closer to their goals. Because they are actively engaged and persistent, they're better positioned to recognize and seize opportunities when they arise. Napoleon Hill emphasized that a definite purpose combined with burning desire and unwavering faith creates a magnetic force that attracts success. Commitment is at the heart of this force. It is what turns vague dreams into real achievements. When you commit fully, you send a signal to the universe and to yourself that you're ready. And when you're ready, opportunities begin to appear. In summary, commitment is far more than a personal decision. It's a powerful attractor of opportunity. It changes how you think, how you act, and how others respond to you. If you want to turn your dreams into reality, make a firm commitment today. Be all in and watch as doors open, people support you, and chances emerge that bring you closer to your success.